Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to 3 Gaming Yetis. Join me on this solo victory royale journey as I get 15 eliminations and I kind of walk you through the process of how I go about getting that. This is probably my favorite place to land, Paradise Palms. There's so many chests and just the ability to get your loadout is really good. So if you end up at Paradise Palms, always hit the I don't know, hotel or apartment, the largest building that's in that city. It's always a good place to land. Always has pretty decent stuff. The only problem is you might end up coming into contact with some people. So just be aware of that. I am happy to see that now they started putting in more shields. So we got the large shield pots and the small shield pots. It's good to see. I'm glad they made that adjustment. Rift to go. Always good to get you out of a sticky situation. I just break through the floor to get to the next chest. That way I don't have to worry about anybody surprising me as I come around corners. There's some people already in a gunfight. And we'll see if we can't third party these people. Nothing good in there. All right, here we go. We're gonna take out fish stick. Oh, no, yep. Yeah, let me reload and then I picked the wrong weapon. Can you believe it? I hate when that happens. Totally meaning to go back to the pistol, but it just didn't work out. But we got 2 eliminations, and we're gonna keep the good times rolling. This player thinks he can get away. He's not gonna be getting away from me. Not today. Sorry, Midas. You had to go. I was testing out the pistol. I don't know why, but it felt for some reason that the magazine was a little bit smaller than it normally is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. The first magazine that I shot at the fish stick, it just didn't feel like there was that many rounds. But it could have been that it didn't have a full magazine when I picked it up. Now I'm just trying to loot around. I'm basically looking for another shield pot. I don't like to really leave these locations until I find another one. Only because there's gotta be a shield pot in here somewhere. With the new update that they did, they put more shield pots in. So I'm just looking at where they are. I'm not picking up a small one because that won't help me because I already have over 50% shields. So now I'm just searching. For me, the pistol, the semi-auto pistol, or no, it's a fully auto, sorry, fully auto pistol is actually pretty good. Between that and the silenced pistol, I think I'd rather take the just the regular pistol. It's fully automatic, it gets good damage, and it does it quickly. And you know, I'm not really worried about how loud it is because usually I'm going to attack and then I'm going to get out. So if there's any other players trying to third party or trying to come up, I'm going to try and leave the area or at least reposition. I don't want to stay anywhere. And there we go. Another shield pot. Drink the shield pot, then grab the rift to go. We got the storm coming in, so it's coming in fairly quickly. And that's why having the rifts is really kind of a good thing to have, because you can really stay on the outside, you know, on the outside edges of the storm and maybe you could kind of pick off some players as they come, and maybe they have some storm damage. So, you know, it's not a bad strategy. I pick up that shield pot because it's more important to have healing than it is pistol. The loadout that I have, I'm pretty happy with. But I'm gonna pick the suppressed assault rifle over the belt fed. What I've noticed is that while the belt fed is pretty good up close, at further distances it is really hard to hit the target just because of how much spread that weapon has. But the silenced assault rifle is a lot better, and then the scoped assault rifle is probably the another way to go too if you're trying to deal in medium to longer range combat, which is why I have that one. All right, I can now see that there's some people having a gunfight. This person sneaks up on me, gets shotgun to the face, and then I try and sneak up behind him. That was actually a pretty good exchange of gunfire. He would have had me if he probably would have switched to his SMG instead of kept with the shotgun. It's just because the SMG does so much more damage per second. So he would have killed me. And that's why switching your weapons is actually a really good strategy. So hit him with the shotgun up close range, and then switch to like a submachine gun, and then you're going to be able to do a fairly good amount of damage. I saw some people exchanging gunfire, so I'm coming back. He's trying to hit me, but I'm a moving target, so we'll see how well that goes for him. Scoped assault rifle is perfect at this range. Even though it feels like I kind of suck, I could have probably done better at aiming and leading him. He was in a gunfight with another player, so I'm going to be seeing what's going on and seeing if I can't third party the situation. Turns out he's yep. So he was fighting with that guy, but he's just standing there, so I don't know what he was doing. I mean, was he trying to get in the building or waiting for the other player maybe? I go back for the ammo because you can never have enough ammo until you're topped off. My health is a little bit low due to storm damage, so basically what I'm gonna want to do at this point is to health up, get everything back up to 100%. I like how he like slaps it on him. It's like, what, you didn't have enough pain from getting the gunshot that you decided you're gonna slap your wounds as well? And now I'm just looking around, making sure there isn't anybody that's gonna want to try and third party me maybe. I didn't see anybody. There wasn't anybody who was willing to take a pot shot, so I'm gonna be moving along. I don't really need to loot anymore necessarily because the weapon loadout I have is adequate for what I needed to do at this point in time. I'm not gonna waste time looking, especially as storm is gonna be closing in. I'm gonna trade the rift for the small shield pot because it's better to have the large shield pots. The rift is more valuable when you've already got shields and you've already got two in your inventory. The large shield pots are just better in general because it doesn't matter what my shield percentage is, I can use one to get myself back up. They don't stop at 50%, which is why the small shield pots, while they're useful, they're not as useful as the large shield pots. So we got 21 players left in the game. I'm making my way to zone, and we're gonna see if there's any kind of players in this area. Try to be stealth if I can to try and get the drop. Maybe look for somebody who's engaging in a third party. That might be the strategy right there. So I'm trying to be careful at this point. I'm trying to make sure that there's nobody hanging out in a bush trying to snipe me. I don't know what that is. So you see, it's kind of the same crack in the sky that we saw in the last chapter's map, and then you would see the island kind of rift in. So I'm kind of interested to see why that's actually there. I don't actually have an explanation at this point in time, but maybe it's just something from the last match, or the last map, or maybe that's the rift that's going to take us back once this campaign is actually over. The OG campaign's over. All right, here I go. I see a player. I'm staying behind the rock. I got my cover. I'm waiting for them to see what they're gonna do. I can see their shadow kind of approaching the tree, so I know they're coming after me. He came out into the open to come after me. I don't know if he thought that I was gonna try and do the same thing, but if you're trying to go after somebody who's in cover already, you also need to stay behind cover, because if they're better at aiming than you, you're gonna have a bad day. There's another player there. He's gonna get the long shot. So again, the scoped assault rifle just definitely coming through. So I kind of make a weird choice here. I decide to pick up the Porta-Fort, which is probably a good idea, but I don't know. I think Porta-Forts are probably useful if you're playing in squads or even trios, because it gives you a place for your whole team to kind of get away if you're being bombed on. But as far as in single player combat, I don't know if it's that useful. Only because we're gonna be at distance, we're gonna be matching shots. All right, here we go. Another player coming in from the storm. So I didn't see him until it was too late. Trying to get some shots on him. His shields are down, and then he just decides he wants to run for it. Now, if he would have had a rift to go, he could have rifted out of there and gotten out of that situation really quickly. That's why having the rift is, at least in solos, is probably way better than having a Porta-Fort in those kind of situations, because you could rift out, reposition, and find cover, and then start attacking the player from that position. All right, so the storm's coming in. I'm trying to run for it. At this point, we got 11 players left in the game. Oh, somebody's they're shooting me from high ground, so I just decided to book it. I'm not even gonna deal with that one. They end up coming around behind. I don't know if they know where I was, but I waited for them. My thinking is that they were gonna try and come up behind me, so I instantly got cover and then started started engaging and waited him for come by. I made sure I was crouched. That way I wouldn't give off any signs that I was nearby. But because they were running, I could obviously see through visualized sound effects that they were right there. I see again, visualized sound effects, somebody coming and ziplining. So I need to find out who that is and where they are. There's that person right there. So I should have kept the scoped assault rifle. Even though I was able to get him, I should have kept the scoped assault rifle. It would have been better. I think the scoped assault rifle served me way better than the AK or the heavy assault rifle did. You can see a guy over there dressed up like a boosh. I decided to port a fortress down and see if I can maybe trade shots with him. The only problem is I don't have a longer range weapon, so it's gonna make it hard. I'm trying to break through to find the chug jug that was right there in the chest. So I know that the chug jugs are really slow, but it's still good to have them because I ended up leaving behind my shield potions and took a porta fortress instead, which that was a mistake on my part. I should have kept the shields and just, you know what, the person was shooting at me, I could have just left, or I could have kept the rifts and I could have had rifted out and gone somewhere else. At this point, we got 6 players left and we got 11 kills. So now I'm trying to stay again on the back end, but then I see people engaging in a gunfight. So now I see my third party opportunity and I'm gonna start moving in. Try to keep one at a time, engage one at a time. Luckily there was a threesome, and so I'm gonna try and go after all of them. And I end up coming out on top on there. We're at 14 kills at this point. 3 players left. And so right now, kind of the anxiety's going, am I gonna lose this game? There's 2 players left. I have no idea where they're at. The circle's gonna be closing. And so I'm deciding what do I want to do. And what I ultimately end up deciding is to just wait. Wait till the storm circle closes. I saw the Porta Fortress up on the hill, so I'm assuming that there's at least 1 player up on the hill. And I just decide to wait. Wait till the storm closes to see where I need to reposition to. I want to get rid of the chug jug because it's too slow, and I pick it up in favor of the shield pot. That could help me if for some reason I get hit. There's just no way in the end game scenario am I going to be able to use 2 chug jugs. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I decided to take the shield pot. The shield pot's a little bit faster, and it gets my health up. I'm going to try and be really conservative that if I get in a gunfight, I'm going to be behind cover and be able to get away from the enemy. As long as they don't ego challenge me, I should be okay as far as getting my health back up again. So I decide to wait. We got about 33 seconds. I guess in hindsight, I could have also looked in that chest to see what was in there, see if there was maybe another shield pod in there. But I figured, you know what? I have enough healing for now. I'm hoping to at least third party these 2 when they get into a gunfight so that I can get the victory royale. get them while that they've done a little bit of damage to each other, and that gives me a little bit of that gives me a slight advantage if they're injured, and to help me get my kill a little bit faster. So I see they're engaging in a gunfight with one another. He just builds another porta fortress. So I'm assuming he must have rifted out. That one player went over there, rifted out, and I'm not going to engage. So I decide not to engage. I'm going to let him heal up, and that could go kind of both ways, right? Like, he could heal up and decide to come after me. But while he's in that house, I'm hoping he's not seeing what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that the person up on the hill isn't seeing what I'm doing either. I kind of back up down the hill, so hopefully he's not seeing me, and I decide to go find a place to hide. I know it's kind of dirty, you know, but to me it's more strategic to kind of retreat to a spot. I'm on the edge of zone, and these guys are trading shots back and forth, and I want them to. I don't want to be involved in it because I know that the weapons I have won't take me long distance, and I don't want to fight somebody up on the hill. So the storm is closing in. The guy up on the hill is going to have to move. They're fighting each other, trading shots back and forth. I think he's hoping to get the supply drop if it comes down, because that can give him more health items, or maybe something else that'll help him. He gets grenaded. Whoever loses is going to get shot. And there it is. So I wasn't going to interfere there. I could have gone for the kill, the extra kill, but you know what? I'm going to let that person go for the kill, take the damage, and then go. Thanks everybody for watching 3 Gaming Yetis. See you in the next one. We out.